we're going to move on to our art talk, and we're bringing back an artist today that we've featured in the past, Norman Rockwell. So I'm excited to see this again, and I'm going to hand it over to Sarah for art.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi,
So yes, we are throwing it back a little bit with an artist that we've already covered, but we're going to do it a little differently. So we did Norman Rockwell in Art Talk number 9, but this time we're going to focus on his series of Summer. So to refresh everyone's memory, Norman Percival Rockwell was a 20th century American author, painter, and illustrator, and his work is loved by Americans for its reflection of American culture, making him one of the most famous artists in the US. So looking at Rockwell's love for provincial life, you can imagine he was born and raised on a farm. But in fact, he was born in New York City and raised in a populated neighborhood, experiencing all the violence and crime that occurs in larger cities. But his family used to spend holidays in the countryside. And from an early age, he developed this idyllic vision for rural life. The family house was full of books, and Rockwell copied illustrations, improving his technique. And at the age of 14, he enrolled at the Chase Art School in Manhattan, and later the National Academy of Design, and also the Art Students League, which many of our artists, American artists, have attended that school. And his aim was not to become a painter, but a professional illustrator. At 21, he moved with his family to New Rochelle, a New York suburb, and he opened a studio there with a cartoonist friend, Clyde Forsyth. And he started to draw for significant magazines like Life and the Saturday Evening Post. And he worked for the latter continuously for 47 years, making more than 300 covers, this being one of them. In 1939, Rockwell's family moved to Arlington, Vermont, and he fell in love with the landscape and just the more simple way of life. It's a domestic and quiet environment, and he really began his new artistic line that would characterize his career and make him so loved and recognized by the American people. So he created dozens of sketches, paintings, and illustrations of the life of the small American town, using more than 200 people of the town as his models. And other illustrators joined him there, creating sort of an artistic community. And Rockwell's art spread very quickly, from magazine covers to calendars to advertisements. So here's one example of an illustration, but he created at least 7 other covers relating to golf. And the series of Summer really goes hand in hand with Rockwell. He's of course known for his wintertime and Christmas related covers, and that's kind of what we covered in Art Talk number 9. But there's something very relaxed and idyllic about these summer illustrations that just connect with the slower paced feeling of long summer days. So this piece was on the cover of a magazine called The Country Gentleman, which was published by the same company that did the Saturday Evening Post. And with Swimming Hole, Rockwell treats us to another glimpse of the life of a country boy. So I'll set the scene for everyone. You've just arrived at the swimming hole, noticing the no swimming sign. You're hesitant to jump in. The boys who are already there implore you. Hey, fellers, come on in. They yell and swim over to the edge of the pond to wave at you. And another name for this piece is called Hey, fellers, come on in. So this one to me is really iconic summer. Growing up in Los Angeles, my summers were spent at the beach. And if I was lucky, my mom would get me an ice cream cone. But of course, you had to eat it before it melted down your hand like it did for this kid. So here are a couple different interpretations of baseball, another summer pastime for many Americans. So we've got a poster celebrating 100 years of American baseball. Then we have another illustration of some people playing baseball in what could be a farm or a work site or even their backyard. And so to me, this really touches on the spirit of baseball being an iconic American sport that anyone can play and everyone enjoys. So here are some photos of the Rockwell Museum and Studio. The Norman Rockwell Museum is an art museum in Stockbridge, Massachusetts. and it's home to the world's largest collection of his art. The museum also hosts traveling exhibitions pertaining to American illustration as well. So in addition to 574 original works of art by Rockwell, the museum also houses the Norman Rockwell Archives, which are a collection of more than 100,000 items, including photographs, fan mail, and various business documents. So here you can see our timeline, and we covered Rockwell. He's way over here at number 9 in 2020, one of the first artists we covered. And now here he is back again for Art Talk 105. So I hope you enjoyed looking at his series of summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. That really puts us in the mood for summer. It's
Oh yeah.
right. That
Oh
was
yeah.
great.
It just
I loved
makes
it
me
all.
want to jump in a pool,
Ready
eat
for an
some
ice cream?
watermelon,
Yeah, ready for an ice
watermelon,
cream
corn
cone,
on the
right?
cob.
Yeah. So thank you.